Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rap GTV. Today we're going to be going over these 8 urban legends in Texas that will keep you up at night. From an angry banshee lady haunting the Rio Grande to the famous brag lights deep in the heart of Big Thicket, Texas offers plenty of tales about strange beasts, ghosts, of women searching desperately for their children, and sightings of unexplained lights to keep your friends and family from out of state entertained for days. Be warned though, these will probably leave you with more questions than answers. With that being said, roll that intro. The first one on our list, I've made a video before. I'll leave a link right here, or I will leave a link at the end of the video so you can watch it. Or I will leave a link in the description down below. But, number 1, La Llorona. Almost every Latin culture knows the story of La Llorona. The people of El Paso are no different. The name La Llorona transfers to the crier, which perfectly describes the behavior of this angry spirit. Part banshee, part horse, and fully creepy. La Llorona haunts the riverbank of Rio Grande, searching in vain for her 2 children she stabbed and threw into the river after her wealthy boyfriend told her he wouldn't marry her because of the children she had. After killing them, the woman went back to her lover's house, still wearing the bloody nightgown, to show him she was willing to be with him no matter what. He was not impressed, but heavily disturbed, and immediately ended their relationship. The story goes in 2 different directions from here, as some people believe she stabbed herself and drowned in the river, while others say an angry mob of people came along and threw her into the Rio Grande. Either way, the heartbroken woman died, and her spirit came back to look for her children. Soon after her death, people began to hear wailing sounds coming from the river, and some have even reported seeing a figure wearing a bloody nightgown. Except, the head is not of a human. As punishment for her unforgiven sins, she was given the head of a horse. To this day, people are warned about going to the river at night, saying that La Llorona will force you to stay with her and keep her company for the rest of eternity. Number 2, the Donkey Lady. Somewhat similar to the first story, the Donkey Lady is said to haunt Hollering Creek in between Houston and San Antonio. A young woman had been in a fire supposedly started by her husband and lost her 2 children in the fire. The woman became terribly disfigured, her skin drooping and her fingers turning into dark stumps, or hooves one might say. Instead of a horse head, she was given the head of a donkey. And some people have reported seeing her along the creek, angry, looking for revenge. One person claimed that the deformed creature even climbed up on top of their hood and smashed the windshield, all while screaming and snarling in rage. Number 3, Hell's Gate at River Legacy Park. In Arlington, deep in the forest of River Legacy Park, you will find an ancient trail surrounded by boggy swamps and overhung trees. At the end of this trail, there's supposedly a large dirt mound in the exact spot where members of the Union Army were executed. If you dare venture to this spot, you will find parts of the post that once formed the gate that opened to a tree where prisoners were hung. Because of all the tormented spirits still lurking here, it is deemed Hell's Gate. If you walk along the trail, you can still hear the desperate cries and prayers of the men and women who took their last steps on earth here. Number 4, the White Lady of Rio Frio. This story involves the making of a classic haunting, complete with love, betrayal, and heartache. The White Lady of Rio Frio can supposedly be seen today as a strange wisp or fog near the Frio River in the small county of Frio Rio. The story dates back to the 1900s, when Maria Juarez and her sister lived in the canyon. They were two of the most beautiful señoritas in all the land, and Maria hoped to find a loving husband to have her children as her older sister had. Her sister was married to a man named Gregorio and had several children together. As Maria grew older, Gregorio couldn't help but notice the beauty of the young woman, but he couldn't have her since he was married to her sister and already had a few children. However, Maria's overwhelming beauty also caught the eye of a young vaquero named Anselmo Tovar. He began to court Maria, bringing her flowers and professing his love for her. He knew that soon she will be married and have the life she longed for. One summer afternoon, Gregorio pushed her aside and, to her surprise, confessed all his feelings about her. She merely scoffed and told him she loves Anselmo and that they would be married. This made Gregorio very, very angry, and his temper scared Maria. She feared for her sister and her children's life, but ran to the safety of her home, where she waited for Anselmo. However, when she heard a noise outside that night, she assumed it was Anselmo, and when she went to go greet him, unfortunately, it was Gregorio, armed with a pistol and a broken heart. He fired a shot straight through her heart, and she died right there, never having the children or husband she always wanted. Her spirit is a kindly one, and people have said she will cover a child on a cold night, or just sit there by their bed to protect them. Many claim to have seen this woman dressed in all white roaming the canyon, but no one knows how long her spirit will stay there. Number 5. The Bragg Lights. Perhaps one of the most famous tales of East Texas, many people have driven down the gravel-longing road late at night in hopes of seeing the Bragg Lights. The Saratoga Lights have been discounted, by some merely saying it was swamp gas or headlights, but many argue that if it was swamp gas, wouldn't there be more brush fires reported in Big Thicket? The most popular story regarding the legend is that the ghost is that of a railroad worker who was decapitated in an accident while working. I myself have seen mysterious lights in the road, as they always appear and disappear very quickly. We can't say for certain what causes the lights, but that's what makes a legend more interesting anyway, is not knowing all the answers. Number 6. El Muerto. The story goes that a man named Vidal, a Mexican bandit and horse thief, stole horses from a ranch of Texas Ranger Creed Taylor in 1848. He soon discovered that the horses were missing and took off with a neighbor who had also lost horses. They both ran into Bigfoot Wallace near Uvalde, and he agreed to join the hunt. Also a ranger, he had a lot of experience and little forgiveness when it came to horse thieves. Soon after their search began, they found the horse thieves and killed them all. Bigfoot cut off Vidal's head and mounted his body firmly on the saddle of a wild Mustang. He also put his decapitated head in a sombrero and secured it with a strap, attaching it to his saddle. The wild Mustang roamed South Texas, scaring everyone who encountered it. He was named El Muerto and was blamed for all sorts of misfortunes. A small group untied the man from the saddle, freeing the horse from his grisly rider, though the corpse was shot many times by both bullets and arrows and buried in a small cemetery. People still claim to see the headless horseman wandering the plains late at night. Number 7. Blood-sucking chupacabra. The chupacabra, or goat sucker, is well known in Latin America countries. However, many Texans have reported seeing a 4-foot-tall creature with spikes, claws, and scaly skin, ravaging their ranches and killing thousands of goats and other farm animals. The livestock has been found with strange puncture wounds, and their bodies fully drained of blood. Now that we get to number 8, this one is not just in Texas, but also maybe it could be worldwide, or basically it is widely known in the whole United States. Each state has their own story of this one. But for now, if you haven't liked or subscribed, now's your chance to do it. Also, click that bell icon so you can know when I upload more of these scary stories. But for now, let's go to number 8. Bigfoot. Bigfoot sightings have been reported all over the world, including in Texas. People have claimed to see a large, hairy ape-like creature in Big Thicket along the Brazos River in Robertson County, and many other places. We even have a Texas Bigfoot Research Center to investigate all the Bigfoot sightings throughout the state. So is it just a legend? Or is it really a prehistoric creature lurking deep in the woods of Texas? I'll leave you to decide. Alright guys, that was the 8 urban legends of Texas. Let me know if you guys liked it, or let me know if you guys want me to keep going with these urban legends. I can do from other states, other cities, anything. I'll put in the research time and I'll bring you guys more videos about it. And the question would be, what other urban legends in Texas do you know that still are talked about today? Let me know in the comments below. Also, I'll leave the link to the website where you can find more of these urban legends down below in the description. You guys know where to follow me, and for now, sweet dreams. Hey guys, real quick announcement. I mean, with this whole coronavirus thing with COVID-19, we really need to stay inside. Like, seriously, like, stay inside. Unless you really have to go out to get something, necessities, essential things. And thank you to all those essential workers, nurses, doctors, everybody being able to work throughout this whole thing. Just thank you from my family, everybody else's family. I'm pretty sure they all want to say thank you too. But guys, stay inside, please. Please. Let's get this thing over with.